Recording started. Okay, so let me take the first option, option A. Option A. So that is 3, 4, 5, 1, 2. Okay. So first, if they are expecting 3, then in the stack, you need to push 1, 2, 3. So if you want, you can pop it. Okay. Next, they are expecting 4. Since they are expecting 4, so you need to push 4. Okay. Push it and pop it. Next, they are expecting 5. So you push the 5 and you pop it. Okay. Since next they are expecting 1, but you cannot get 1. You will getting 2. So option A is invalid. Then let me take option B. 3, 4, 5, 2, 1. First they are expecting 3. So what you should supposed to do, you push 1, 2, 3 and you pop it. Okay. Next they are expecting 4. So you push it and you pop it. Next they are expecting 5. So you push it and you pop it. Next they are expecting 2. You can directly pop. Next they are expecting 1. You can directly pop. So option B is valid. Option B is valid. Okay. Similarly, can you try option C and D also? Can you try? Right. So I'll be sharing these notes at the end of the class. So let me go to the new problem. That is balanced parenthesis problem, friends. It's a very good question. This is balanced parenthesis problem. So we have 3 different type of parentheses are there. One is it is of type this, and another is this is of type this, and another is this is of type. Now this is called open bracket, open square bracket, open flower bracket. Corresponding to what is the closing one? This is the closing for this. Similarly, this is the closing for this. Similarly, this is the closing for this. Okay. Now, so here an input will be given, an expression is given to you as a part of the input, which is you can think of a string. So some string is given to you. So it's a combination of open and closed brackets. Maybe I can give you like this. I'm going to give one string. Okay, this is an expression. Now you need to tell whether this expression is balanced expression or not. So what does exactly meant by balanced expression? So it should satisfy 2 conditions. So it should satisfy 2 conditions. The first condition should be, the first one should be number of open brackets, number of open brackets should equal to number of closed brackets. Hash represent number. Okay. So number of closed brackets. That is the first condition. Then second condition is order should be maintained. Order should be maintained. What is meant by order should be maintained? I'll give you. So as long as there is a open bracket, no problem. So as long as there is a open bracket, there is no problem at all. There is no problem at all. Whenever you encounter first closing bracket, so as long as you are getting open bracket, there is no problem. So open bracket, there is no problem. No problem. Okay. Whenever you encounter first closing bracket, the first closing bracket must be the one which is matched with the one which you have opened recently. Okay. So I mean to say the first closing bracket should be matched with the one which you opened recently. Okay. Now here, can you tell me which one is, like, for example, you are at here. Let's say I have read all the open brackets I have read. Here, can you, if I am at here, if I look at back, which is the bracket that you opened recently? Can you tell me which bracket that you have opened recently? Just back, just one step back. Which is you have opened? You have opened this bracket, right? So here the closing bracket should be matched with the one which you have opened recently, which means, can you tell me what is the proper closing bracket here? Among these three, which is the proper closing bracket should I keep? Yes, very good. So this is the proper closing bracket. This is the proper closing bracket. Okay, now it is matched. Now, next, if I keep open bracket, then there is no problem. As long as you are getting open brackets, there is no problem. Then immediately, can you tell me here, which is the closed bracket should I supposed to keep to get this balance? Again, see, which is the one you have opened recently. That is this one. So you should be keeping this one. Okay, matching. Next, if I try to keep a closing bracket, then which one should I supposed to keep here? The one which you have opened recently, which means with this is done. Then here you need to keep the one which you have opened most recently, which means this is the one you have opened recently, right? So this you should keep. Okay, so with this is matching, and this is that. Then here, can you tell me which one should I supposed to keep? Yes, the one which you have opened most recently, which means this one. Okay, rather than this, for example, can I keep this bracket? Is it okay to keep this bracket? Tell me. Yes. So as long as open bracket, you can put, friends, no problem. But remember, when you are putting closed bracket, that compulsory match with the one which you have opened recently. Okay, so here let me keep the closing bracket only. So which means this one. Okay, so this one matched. Now can you help me next? Which closing bracket should I keep? Should I keep this? Should I keep this? No, right? No, because it should match with the one who have opened recently, which means this one. So therefore, this should be matched with this. So this. Next, which one should I keep? Yes, this. Next, this. Now, can I say this expression is properly balanced? Now, can I say this complete expression is balanced? Yes, this is the balanced expression. Hope everyone understood the problem statement. The problem statement everyone understood. So basically, they will give you one string or an array. You need to return output either true or false. If it is balanced, you return true, or you print yes, whatever it is asked in the question. You need to return false. Okay. Now let's see how we are going to solve this question. Okay. It's very simple, friends. We have three types of brackets. So either your bracket can be this, or your bracket can be this, or your bracket can be this. These all are called as open brackets. What is the corresponding closed? This one. Corresponding closed is this one. Corresponding closed is this one. Okay. Now, as long as you are getting open bracket, there is no problem. So as long as you see open bracket, you simply push those into the stack. As long as you see open brackets, which means either this or this or this, you simply push them into the stack. Push to stack. Okay, so let me write a code here. So function is balanced. So let me take, it will take the string array. Okay, and it will take the length. Okay, so if I write code like this, will you able to convert it into Python, right? I think you can able to convert now, because I'm not writing it in complete Python. Okay, yes, good. Now, so first let me declare a stack, friends. Let me declare a stack. Okay, I have declared one stack here. So as I've already said, in Python, list is working as a stack. Okay, now, first what I will do, I'll start from I is equal to 0, which means the first character, I less than last element, I plus plus. Now, what I'm going to check? Basically, I'm going to check. Assume the expression is given in form of an array. So maybe I will take an expression like this. So let me take an expression. Okay, this is the expression that I have taken. Let's say this is, we are storing in an array. So which means this is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, let's check. First of all, I'm going to compare. Maybe I will take, let's say, in is equal to st of, okay, no, s of, okay, maybe I will use different variable, arr, input array. Okay, so there is no confusion. So arr of I will take. Now let me compare. If whatever the element that you are reading, okay, is, maybe I'll take element. element. If that element is, let's say, open bracket, if that element is equal to either this one, maybe okay, either this, or that element is equal to either this, or that element is equal to either this one. So if it belongs to any one of this, what we should supposed to do, friends? We need to push that element to the stack. Very good. So we need to push it to the stack. Okay. How you are going to push it? St dot, what I should supposed to write here? What I should supposed to write? St dot. Append or pusher? Append, right? Append, right? Okay. But let me write push. Okay. I think you can convert that push to append. Okay. St dot push. What I have to write inside push? Element, na? Whatever that element, which is ELE. Okay, very good. So you have seen that element and you have pushed that element into the stack. Happy. For example, else. When control will enter into the else block, if the input is not open bracket. Okay, so here if condition, when if condition will be true, the given this element is open bracket, then control will enter into if block and element will be pushed. Now let me come to the else case. Okay. Now just to see in this input how it going to behave. So let me take a stack. Let me take a stack. Now I will read one by one. Okay, first open bracket. Very good. So let me take the open bracket. Next also open bracket. So I'll simply push it. Next also open bracket. I'll simply push it. Okay, now whenever you encounter a closed bracket, what you should do, friends, you pop the topmost element of that and you compare with this. So whenever if it is a closed bracket, you pop an element and compare. So whenever it is a closed bracket, so what you're supposed to do, you pop an element from a stack, pop an element from stack, and okay, simply compare. Okay, now maybe here I will take one variable called as out. Okay, so the element which I am popping from the stack, st.pop. Okay, now here, can you help me, friends? When I write st.pop, okay, so what kind of element that is possible? You tell me any one of these are, let me call this is open and let me call this is closed. Like when you pop an element from here, which is possible in out, closed or open, close or open, which kind of bracket that is possible into out? Think and tell me. Closed or open? Your people are not thinking. You are not thinking. When I write st.pop, in the out variable, which type of bracket is possible? Open or close? Array, whichever you are pushing, that is possible. In the stack, what you are pushing? Open bracket. What you are pushing? Open bracket. So when you pop also, you will be getting open bracket only, na? Input will be closed bracket. Okay, na? Input will be closed bracket. Okay. But the element that will be come to the out will be open bracket. Because in the stack, you are pushing open bracket. So when you pop it also, you'll be getting open bracket only. Now you check this, friends. Now you check this. A very simple algorithm. This is okay. If, for example, if element is equal to, let's say, element is equal to, for example, maybe, let's say this one. Okay, this one. And, okay. When can I say that this is good? If out is also equal to, for example, this, can I say that it is balanced so far? Can I say, friends? You are seeing these kind of open, and when you pop also, you are seeing this one, which means it is matching. But other than this is anything else, which means out is not equal to this. For example, what I mean to say is, see this carefully, friends. So let's say I have one expression. Okay, maybe here only, rather than this, let me take this one. For example, see, any order you can write, not a problem. Now check here carefully. For example, here, whenever it is a closed flower bracket, then what I have told, whenever it is closed one, any closed, either this is possible, this one. Any one, if you see closed, you pop it. When I pop it, this is the one that I am getting. Now, and what is my input? My input is this one. So can I say both are matching? Yes, they are matching. But for example, let us say when I pop, even though my input is closed flower bracket, but when I am popping, for example, I will get a value other than this, which means not equal to, then without seeing further what is my output, can I blindly return false, saying that it is not balanced? Tell me, friends. Of course. Of course, I can return. Huh? Yes. So I can say here return false. You don't need to do also. Similarly, if element is equal to, let's say this one, and out is, see, every time in out what you're doing, you are popping an element. Whenever if you see input is closed one, what I told, you pop that element and you compare. If out is not equal to this, which means not matching, then can I write return false? Yes, of course. Blindly you can return false happily. Next, one more statement. If element is equal to, let's say this one, okay, and out is not equal to, for example, this one. Can I say return false? Happily you can return false. Happily you can return false, right? Okay, so this for loop is completed. This for loop is completed. So this is just one part of the code, friends. It is not complete code, but so far everyone understood what I have wrote. So far everyone understood what I wrote. Let me know if you have any doubts. If it is open, I'll simply push it. If it is closed, I will pop it and then I'll compare. Okay. Right. Now, let us talk about the edge cases. Those edge cases are very important, friends. That is very dangerous. Those edge cases are. Okay. So here, if it is not returning false, then I will return false here. Okay. Now, can you help me? If I give my input as, for example, same input, what is the output does our code will give? For the same input, if this is the input, if I give array, what is the output our code will give? Simply do the dry run. Please do the dry run here. What will be the output? Okay, yeah, here it is true. What is the output? True or false? True, right? Very good. Simple. Okay, maybe I will take and I'll explain. So this one, this one, this one, this one, this one. Okay. Now let me read this. First, I is equal to 0, which means I value initially here. Okay, element. If it is open bracket, yes, this is open bracket. I will push into the stack. Okay, let me push. Next, I value. Again, this is open bracket. So I will push it into the stack. Next, again, this is open bracket. So I will push to the stack. Now, next time when I is at here, I will check. Is it closed bracket? Yes, then control will go to else case and I will pop this element. Okay, I will pop. This will be stored inside a variable called as out. Okay, this will be stored inside element. Now let me check. If element is equal to this one. Okay, yes. Then what is out? Out is not equal to this, then output will be false. But out is equal to, right? So which means this condition will become false. If this condition will become false, logical AND operator, whole condition will become false. When whole condition will become false, then this if will not going to get executed. Then this if will not going to get executed. Okay. See, this is not JavaScript. Somebody is writing, I'm not familiar with JavaScript. No, this is not related to JavaScript. This is simple pseudocode. This is. Okay, na? This is simple pseudocode. This is. Okay. Next. Now, next what I will do. Now, if this is true, right, that maybe you can write else if also. Else if. Okay. Else if, right? Next, let's continue. If this is true, okay, then control will not enter into these else blocks. Okay, next time. Now I will be at here. Now again, when I will be at here, again, this time it is closing bracket. So I will pop it. Again, I will check for matching. In fact, they both are matching, right? So therefore, this any one of this will not go into get executed. Next, when I is at here, now you check this. Again, this is closed bracket. So I will pop an element. Yes, I'll check for matching. Again, this is true. So output will not be false. Okay. Now, finally, when for loop is over, okay, next time nothing is present. Huh? So when for loop is over, if it is not returning anything, then at the end it will come and it will return true. Got it? Okay. Now the most interesting thing is, I will give you different kinds of input. So if your input is balanced, if you pass input as a balanced expression, as a balanced one, then your output will compulsory give true. If you are giving balanced expression and if you are getting the output as true, can I say that my code is correct? I'm explaining my question. If I am giving balanced expression and if I am getting output as true, can I say that my code is correct? Just think and tell me. Can I say my code is done? Is it correct? And I'm done with the code? No. Think again. Think again. I will give balanced expression. And if I get output as true, can I say my code is correct? When can you say your code is correct? When you give unbalanced expression, and if you are getting false, now you can say your complete code is correct. Everyone agree with that? Then we can say, yes, your code is correct. Just for positive inputs, if your code is correct, doesn't mean that your entire code is correct. No, your code should accept for unbalanced expression also, and you should give false. Then yes, your code is right. It should not satisfy just only balanced one. Unbalanced one also it should work. Okay. Now let me give you unbalanced expressions and let us check whether our code is giving correct answer or not. Okay. Now, can you help me, friends? Can you help me? If I give, let's say, this expression, balanced or unbalanced, this is true or false? False, right? Just to check what our code is giving. Try to check what our code is giving. Our code is giving false. You check what our code will give. It will give error. Okay, I think I forgot to mention one point, friends. That is, if stack is empty, let's say, here we are having stack st, and if it is empty, and when you try to delete an element from this empty stack, when you delete an element from an empty stack, so it gives underflow error. Always remember, when you are deleting an element from a stack, empty stack, you should check that underflow error, which means if an element is present in the stack, then only you can delete. Otherwise, you cannot delete it. Okay. Now see, our code, in this code, this input, what it is giving? It will give underflow error. You check it. Where you will get underflow error? In this line, you will get that underflow error. Correct? At out is equal to, it will give underflow error. Why? You see, initially I will be at here, first element. Now I am going to check element, which is array of I. So first time element is equal to this one. Now I am going to check. If it is open bracket, control will go into if block. But it is not a open bracket, right? Control will go to else block. In else block, what you are doing? You are blindly popping an element. But are you checking whether do you have any element or not? No, right? No, right? So therefore, what I can write here, I can write one condition. If, okay, st dot length of st is equal to 0. Can I write return false without even checking? Can I write like this? Maybe give 2-3 seconds and try to think. Give 2 to 3 seconds and try to think. Correct, right? Okay, good. Now here, do I separately need to put else block here? Is it really required to put this else block? Tell me, friends, is it really required to put this else block? Not required, not required. Why this else block is not required? Because this if statement, you have write a return statement. Okay, if this is done, this win. Otherwise, anyhow, this will be executed. Without even writing else statements also, the code will execute, no problem. Getting now? So you no need to put explicitly else block here. In interview, they can ask you, friends, without writing else block, does the code will not work? No, code will happily work without writing else block also. So these kind of questions may ask it in the interview. For better understanding, you can write, but why? Why unnecessary? This is unnecessary lines of code, right? Unnecessary, right? So you don't need to put it, friends. You don't need to put. Okay. Now we are done with the code. So see, our code will accept it. Still any problem is there? If it is starting with open bracket, see this is almost equivalent to, okay, take this, take this, take this, take this. So far, what will happen? Once if you traverse, stack will become empty. Then again, when you see open bracket, okay, then again this will comes under like this only. Because if you see open bracket, push, closure bracket, pop it, open bracket, push it, closure bracket, pop it. Again, stack is empty. When you see closure bracket, you are trying to delete an element, which is same as starting with closure bracket only. Okay, so this case is handled. Now we are left with one last case. Can anyone think what is the case that we have missed? In the beginning, if you get a closure bracket, it is wrong. This is wrong. What is opposite of this? Can anyone think and tell me? Very good. Somebody is saying, I think Kashif, very good, very good. Can anyone tell me opposite of this? In the beginning, if you get a closed bracket, which means this is unbalanced. Similarly, at the last, what if you get an open bracket? That also unbalanced, right? That also unbalanced, na? Which means what I'm trying to say is, let me delete this. So in the beginning, if you get a closed bracket, even though rest of the string is balanced, still we can say, yes, it is unbalanced. Now, at the end, in the beginning, if you get a open bracket, in the beginning, if you get a closed bracket, closed. Similarly, at the end, what if you get a open bracket at the end? Okay. Now see, friends, what is happening? First time, when I is at here, open, you push it. Okay. Open, you push it. Okay. When it is closed, you pop it. When it is closed, you pop it. Then next time when I is at here, what I am getting at the end, I will be getting one extra open bracket and I am going away. Then we are writing return as true because it is not returning false. You are returning true. So if your expression is properly balanced, then at the end of the string, your stack will become empty. Everyone will agree with this point. If you really give a balanced expression, which means properly balanced, then definitely at the end of the string, okay, your stack will become empty. But at the end of the string, if stack is not becoming empty, then what can we say? we say here more open brackets are there than closed bracket. Therefore, at the end, okay, blindly don't return true. What you should do, friends, at the end, you check that if length of the stack is equal to 0, then only you return true. Then only you write return true. Else return false. Else, okay, return false. Now it is correct, friends. Hope you got it now. Now this is the proper complete analysis for this balanced expression problem. Okay, just one more last point that is pending here. Now, can you help me? Rather than writing these 4 lines, can I simply write just this one line? Tell me. Just this one line can I write rather than writing whole thing? Yes, that is furthermore beautifying. Okay, so this is really the beautiful way of writing the code. Okay, so see, this is nothing but a comparison operator. This operator always give either true or false depending on the condition. If this is already giving true or false, why you are again writing true or false? Unnecessary headache. You simply write one line, single line. That is at the end you check stack is empty, true. Otherwise false. Anyhow, this is giving true or false. Na? Then why you to write again another true or false? That is unnecessary headache. So therefore, what is a further beautiful way of writing? You remove these 4 lines. You remove these 4 lines. You simply write return. Okay, len of st is equal to 0. Simple. Over. Story is getting the friends, everyone. Okay, so this is done with the balanced parenthesis, friends. Now you please convert this code into Python. Okay, now you please convert this code into a Python. Will you now convert, right? I think you have that basic understanding of Python. Now write this code. See, if you see internet, they might have implemented in a different way, but this is the good one. Okay. Now, I mean, just one good question that I would like to ask. Since anyhow they are giving a length n, can we further optimize this code? Let's say, for example, if they give, for example, if they are giving 4 open brackets, 3 closed brackets, which means n is equal to 7. If really it has to balance, means the number of open and number of closed should be same, right? If the number is odd, without doing this much hangama, straight away can I return false? Tell me, friends. That is furthermore optimization. This much hangama not at all required. Right? Yeah, length should be compulsory even if it has to be balanced. So what we can write, see, this is where actually you need to learn the DSA. What else I can optimize? What else I can optimize? Okay. Here, like just here itself, you check if n percentage 2 equal to 1, you write return false. You no need to continue remaining things. Getting na? This is furthermore, a lot of time can be saved here. Lot of time can be saved here. Okay, good. Now this is the complete analysis of the balanced parenthesis problem, friends. Now you can try this question. I think this is already available in the OJ. So you please work out. Okay, so now let me go to the next question. Okay, shall I go to the next question? I think this is the same code which I have explained. Let me like this. Yeah. Okay, somebody raised the hand. Yeah, Abhishek, yes, please ask. What is the doubt?
हेलो सर
हाँ
सर इसमें आप बोल रहे इवन में वो बैलेंस्ड होगा
सॉरी
आप इसमें बोल रहे सर इवन अगर हो तो वो बैलेंस्ड होगा
इवन हाई तो
नहीं
बैलेंस होगा, चेक करना पड़ता है। ऑड हाई तो हम बोल सकते हैं
नहीं,
अनबैलेंस।
अगर ऑड है तो मतलब वो अनबैलेंस्ड है सर।
हाँ हाँ
अगर इवन है तो सर कोड की तो जरूरत पड़ेगी ना सर।
हाँ, जरूरत पड़ता है, यस यस।
तो अगर ऑड है तो वो हम कह सकते हैं अनबैलेंस्ड है ऑलरेडी।
यस यस, इवन हाई तो हम चेक करना पड़ता है।
इवन है तो सर चेक करना पड़ेगा।
करेक्ट करेक्ट।
यस। ओके सर, आई गॉट इट।
Okay, so the next question. So I would say this is the most beautiful question, friends, because if you understood this question properly, if you understood solution of this question properly, I can promise you 4 more questions you can solve just like that. Within second, you can solve 4 more questions. 4 more questions you can solve if you understood this question properly. Blindly within just in fraction of seconds you can answer these 4 more questions. So therefore please pay attention. This is one of my favorite problem. Okay, in the entire stacks and queue, this is one of my favorite topic question. This is stock span problem. Okay, are you all interested to listen this? Please try to comment. One question, 4 problems. Okay, good. Yeah, now see friends, see, I am also equally interested like you. Let me explain. Okay, first I'll explain these things step by step. Okay, first let me explain the problem statement. So problem statement will be, so we have given one input array. Yeah, I will tell you what is the problem. Let me explain now. So one input array is given to us and number of elements in this array as 7, and some numbers are given. What these numbers representing is, so you take some item, maybe you can take tomato. So prices of the tomato is given to us, right? First day it is 100 rupees per kg, maybe next day 80 rupee per kg, after that 60 rupee, increasing, decreasing, increasing, decreasing. Like that they have given, friends. Okay, so this tomato they are calling as some stock. Okay, if you want to invest, you can invest in tomatoes. Okay, assume tomato is one stock. So you can invest some money in that. Okay, now, so price array is given to us. So price of tomatoes are in that week is given to me. So first day 100 rupee, second day 80 rupee, next day 6 rupee, like that. Now they are asking, they are defining something called as a span. So what does meant by span? Let me tell you. Span. This is input, this much only input is given. So input is this much. Price array and number of elements. This much is only given to us as input. Now output they are asking something called as a span array. So the meaning of span array is any day you take. From this day, if you want to find out span of this day, then look at the price array, including that day, see continuously in the previous days, how many days continuously its price is less than or equal to the current day. Then those many days we need to count and we have to put it inside a span array. Okay, let me explain this completely so you will get the better idea. Okay, continuous, friends. Remember, it should be continuous. Continuous. Okay, na? Continuous plus including that day, including current day. I'll tell you what is this including current day. For example, if you try to see span of this day, if I want to find out span of this day, let's say day 4, then you look at the past. If I am at here, I will look at the past. How many days continuously its price is less than or equal to the 60? Immediate day, if you see now, its price is more compared to this. Therefore, we don't take. Since we didn't found immediate day, even though next to next, if you find this is small or equal, then we won't take. Why? Because it should be from the previous day, immediately, continuously, it should be less. But so therefore, its span, we are going to write it 1. Why its span, we are going to write it 1? Because including that day also, we have to count it. That is why its span will be 1. Okay. Next, for example, day 3. If I want to find out span for day 3, then let's say if I am at here, now I will check its previous day. If that span is small compared to this, yes, I will take it. Okay. Next, I will check next day. I mean, previous to this previous. I am going to check. Does this Does this value is small compared to 70 current day? No, right? Therefore, we are going to stop. And after that, if you get any small value, then we don't take, because it should be continuous from the current day. Okay. Then can you help me? What its span is going to become? 1 or 2? It should be 2, friends. Why? Including that day plus how many days where its price is small. Okay, na? That is why 2. Okay. Similarly, can you help me? What is the, see, for the first day, always its value will be 1, friends. Why for the first day always its value will be 1? Because from there it is starting, right? So for this, there is no previous day, right? Only that day. That's why its value will be 1. Okay, good. Now, can you help me? What is the span for this? For this day, what is the span? Anyhow, 1 will be definitely there. Along with, you see how many days are there? No day, na? Because it is bigger than this. Therefore, only 1. So its span will be 1. Okay. Next, can you help me? What is the span for this? I think this is also 1 only. What is the span for this? Can you help me? What is the span for this? See continuously how many days where its price is less than or equal to 75. For the 75, this is also small, this is also small, this is also small, but this is not. Whenever you find a bigger, even to its left, if you found a small, we don't take, because it should not break. Continuity should not break. Very good. So its span will be 1, 4. Can you help me? For 85, how much? For 85, how much? Hey, 5 or 6 are? Please don't get confused. 5 or 6 are, including that day, plus how many days continuously its price is small. Total 5 days, including that day. So we need to take 6. We need to take 6. Hope you everyone understood. This is the input and this is the output you need to give. This is the problem statement, friends. This is the problem statement. Everyone understood the problem statement? Now, let me give you one more input array and you need to tell what is the span for that. Let me give you a different array. So I will give you another price array. Another price array. So let's say okay. Now, can you help me? What is the span array for the, okay, who want to tell me span array? Can anyone raise the hand? Who want to tell? Raise the hand. Okay. Avinash, yes, you please tell me. Array, many people raised. Okay, Avinash, could you please speak?
Yes, sir.
For this, tell me what is the span?
Sir, 1.
Okay. Why this is 1?
Sir, only that day because no previous.
Yes, very good, very good. What is the span for this?
Sir, for this 2.
How to?
Sir, 1 for this, including this element, and
Okay.
for 0 index.
Very good. So this is 2. What about here?
Sir, 3.
Very good. Here?
Sir, 4.
Why 4?
Sir, this day as well as previous 3 days.
Okay, very good. Previous these 3 days continuously, its price is small. Very good. Similarly, this is?
Yes, sir. Similar to this 5.
Very good. This one?
6 and 7.
Okay, very good. Yeah. So I hope now everyone got the problem statement. Nice, nice. Okay, now let's try to solve this question, friends. So as I said, always first we will write a brute force code and we will see what is the problem with the brute force code. Then we will get into the optimizer code. Okay, now that is how I'm going to teach. Okay. Can anyone help me how we are going to write the brute force approach? First, this is the price array I'm going to take. This is the price array. Next, let me take span array. So span array size will be equal to size of the price array. So let me take one span array. Span array. So this size will be same as the price array size. Okay. Anyone want to explain the brute force approach to this question? But I will give you a hint. You can use 2 loops. So hint will be 2 loops is given to you. Nested loop. Yes. Who want to tell the solution? Can anyone raise the hand? I can help you. No problem. Yeah. Varun wants to try. Yeah. Varun, could you please unmute? Can raise the hand. I'll make you to unmute.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah, good evening, Varun.
Sir, in this, first we have to make an additional array with the first element, which is 1,
Okay,
name as n, and then we have to start the loop from 1 to n.
very good. So maybe I will take I loop. This is starting from 1 and going till n. Okay, next.
Yes, sir. Then I will check. I will give additional nested loop inside the I loop,
Okay,
which will be running backwards from uh, from I to 0.
okay. So I will be taking another loop, that is j,
Yes, sir.
which will be starting from,
I to 0.
very good, I to
0.
j minus minus, very good. Next, what we need to write?
So we have to check in this if
Very good.
I if I is greater than whichever j, if array of I is greater than array of j
Array of I is
greater than j,
greater than array of j. Okay,
then we have to count it,
very good. So we have to count.
and the count should be in between both the loops,
Very good.
where is equals to 1.
Okay.
And now we will check, and if the else come after the if statement else, then span dot append count, and then count equals to 0.
Very good. So span of I is equal to count. This is what you are saying, right? Yeah, span dot append or span of I is equal to that value we need to keep.
Okay.
Any change that you want to do here? Don't worry about Python language. So let's not stick to Python. General. Okay.
Sir, in general, sir, the count will be 1, not
Very
0.
good. Very good. So here count should be 1. Okay. What other change we have to do? Any other change?
Sir, we have to break after that
Excellent.
if
Excellent. So here else
else
we
break.
can break it. Yes, very good. Very good. So here else, let me break this.
And now return the value of span
Return
in
the
the end.
array. Okay, very good, very good. Yeah, it is almost correct. But one small mistake is there. Can anyone tell me, friends? One small mistake here. Everything is correct. Count we have to revalue. Span dot append. That's okay. Syntax, don't worry. Syntax span dot append. Those things it's okay. No problem. Very good. Very good. Kashif. Excellent. Okay. Who want to tell them? Kashif had given correct answer. Very good. Anyone else? Please raise your hand if you want to speak. Okay. I am. Yes.
Sir, as we are taking count already as 1 at the
Okay.
beginning,
Hmm.
so J should not begin with I.
Okay. Then what J should be?
I minus 1.
Excellent. Excellent answer. Okay. So everyone got now, friends, because you are already considering that day now. So you start the story from the previous day. Understood? Yeah. So J should be I minus 1 and the rest everything should be same. Is this clear, everyone? Yes. So very good. Very good. Who is the name? I forgot. Who given the solution? Varun.
So also we can take count as 0, and in that case J should begin with a value of I.
Yes. Yes.
Because equal operator is already there. J.
Yes.
Sir, in that case we there is another error, sir. If A of I greater equal should be there, sir.
No, we are okay. Yeah, we are taking strictly greater. Let us assume we are taking strictly
Okay,
greater.
then in that case, it is okay, sir.
Yeah, very good, Ayan. Nice answer. Okay, so they have already studied, sir. Please explain in your words too. Oh, are you already studied? I am this.
What, sir?
This have you already studied this topic before?
Studied this topic? No, we know nested loop kind of things, and
Ah,
the condition as you have given, I can relate
yes,
with that, sir.
yes. Okay, yeah. Let me discuss now, friends. See everyone carefully. So if you understood the problem statement, writing code is very easy. Writing brute force code is very easy. I know optimized code may take time, but brute force code writing is very easy. Okay, so what is the problem statement? For the current day, starting from the previous day, see continuously how many days its value will be small. You take those many days, plus including that day, you need to add. And finally, you put this value there. That is what they are saying. Same thing also I have done here. Getting na? So I don't want to spend much time on explaining the brute force. Let me straight away get into the optimized version for this. Okay, but before that, can you help me? What is the time complexity of this code? I think this is very easy to know, you people to say. What is the time complexity for this code? Because many questions we have seen based on the time complexity. Yes, order of n square. Very good. Order of n square. So the time complexity will be order of n square. This is dependency or no dependency? Can you help me? This is I loop. This is J loop. So dependency or no dependency? Very good. This is the dependency. Whenever there is a dependency, what I told, what you need to do? Some process I told, very good. We need to unroll. So unrolling means what? I is equal to 1, what is happening? I is equal to 2, what is happening? I is equal to 3, what is happening? You need to check it. I is equal to, okay, how many times this loop is running? You need to put it here. And you would add everything. Maybe we'll be getting n into n minus 1 by 2, something. So finally, we'll be getting order of n square as the answer. Okay, but I'm not happy with this approach. In fact, if you get this question in the interview also, the interviewer will not be happy. So they'll expect some optimized version for this. Okay, now let me discuss the optimized version for this. Please pay attention, friends. Okay, please pay attention here for the optimized version. Okay, but before that, maybe I will take, let's say, this input array. So let me take this input array where all elements are in the increasing order. Okay, I'll come to this example little later. First, let me take this example. Okay. Now see carefully. Like, let's say when I is at here, for example, when I is at here, which is at 40, assume if I is equal to 3, that is 40. So J value is equal to 2, will be compared. Then J is equal to 1 also compared, because 20 is small than 40. Then J is equal to 0, this value also compared. So this is small compared to 40. Okay. This is also small compared to 40. This value also compared to small. Okay. Compared to 40, this is also small. So what is the value span that we will be getting to this 3? We will be getting span as 4, right? Okay. Nice. Now, assume I is now went to here. I is now went to here. Okay. Which means, for example, if I is equal to 4, then what is its value? 50. Now this 50 is being compared with all these values, right? That is when J is equal to 2, it is compared. Sorry, J will be starting from 3. J will be starting from 3, one element before. Okay. 40 is also small compared to 50. Very good. Then J will be decremented by 2. 30 is also small compared to 50. Very good. J is equal to 1. This is also small compared to 50. J is equal to 0. This is also small compared to 50. Very good. Then loop will fail. Next. Now, if I, let's say, is at 5. If I is at 5, so whose value will be 60? Then from where did J value will be starting? Tell me. From 4, right? One element before. Okay. Now let me compare. This is also small. Very good. then I'll compare 3, I'll compare 2, I'll compare with 1, and I'll compare with 0, then loop will fail. Okay. If n is equal to 7, if you see, when I is at here, these all values you are comparing, 6 values. Then when I is at here, these all values you are comparing 6 plus 5, like this, 3 plus 2 plus 1. So in general, it is n, then n minus 1 plus n minus 2 plus up to so on, 3 plus 2 plus 1, which is nothing but sum of the first two n minus 1 natural numbers, that is n into n minus 1 by 2. So which is order of n square. So this is how you are getting time complexity as n square. This already we know. Okay. Now, that is why you are getting n square time complexity, which is brute force approach. Now, if you observe carefully here, when I is at 3, now listen my statement, friends. When I is at 3, you are already comparing with all these 3 elements, and you found out that these 3 elements are smaller than 40. That is why you are getting answer 3 plus 1, which is equal to 4. Okay, that is fine. Now, when I moves from 3 to 4, okay, when I moves from 3 to 4, then what will happen at the brute force approach? All these values will be compared, right? Then we see total there are 4 values are there that are smaller than 50. Including that day, we will get its span as 5. Okay. Now just to see this, friends. When 40, just give me a second. Okay. Now see carefully, friends. I think some students are already got the logic. Very good. Already some students have got the logic. Very good. Now see carefully here. See, when I is at 3, okay, this 40 already, okay, being compared with 10, 20, 30, and found out that these 3 values are smaller than 40. That is, we already found out that, that's why you got its value as 4. Now, when I is at 4, listen carefully, I will just compare 40 and 50. First I will compare 40 and 50. And I found out that 40 will be smaller than 50. Okay, na? Right. Already in the previous iteration, this 40 already knows that there are 3 values that are smaller than 40. Now, if this 40 will say to 50, hey 50, I am 40 and I am smaller than you. Listen carefully. This 40 is saying to 50. What this 40 is saying? Hey 50, I am 40. I am smaller than you. Okay, happy. Already in my previous iteration, I found out that there are 3 values that are smaller than me. And anyhow, I am smaller than you. These 3 values are smaller than me. Then definitely these 3 values are smaller than you. So you please don't time waste here by checking again. Somehow if this 40 can say to 50, then tell me, is it really required to compare these 10, 20, 30 with 50? Tell me, friends. If this 40 would have been tell to 50, this story, then this comparison we can save, right? You're getting what is the problem in the brute force approach? Blindly we are comparing. Okay, maybe let me go to the next one. For example, okay, so when I is at 40, this 40 had helped to 50. 3 values are smaller than me and I am smaller than you. So total 4 values are in total smaller than you, including you. So we got its value as 5. Okay, now let's say I is equal to 4. It's went to 5. Now what happening? When I is at 4, it already knows that 4 values that are smaller than 50. Now, when I is at 5, generally in brute force, what we will do? Manually, we will compare all these values. But rather than comparing, now this 50 can somehow help to 60. saying that, hey 60, I am 50, I am smaller than you. And in my previous iteration, I already know that 4 values are already smaller than me, and I am smaller than you. Then definitely these values also smaller than you. So you please don't time waste here comparing again. So what 60 will do? 60 will take value from 50. How many smaller than you? Please give me. Then 50 will give 4 values are smaller than me. And anyhow, 50 will be smaller, and including that day. So total 6 is the span. Are you getting now? But this 50 has to say to 60, right? How 50 will say? Does it have any memory to store? 50 is just a number in the array. But how 50 will say to 60? Do you have any array or somewhere else are you storing? You are not storing anywhere. No memory. Usko dimag hona hai na. If this 50 had to say to 60 means it should have some memory to store it. We need to put somewhere else, either some array, some stack, some queue, some dictionary, some hash map. So some memory it has to use. And that memory is stack. Okay. And using stack, we can solve beautifully this question. Now, hope you understand why we have to use a memory stack. You understood? You understood that part, right? Now let me take the stack and I will solve this question. Okay. Let's continue. Let's continue solving. Maybe this time I will take this example. Okay. I'll go to the next slide. Okay. Let me try to explain this. So parallelly, right side, I will write the code, and left side, I will explain this part. Okay. So function, maybe find span. I want to find out the span. So price array will be given to you. Price array is given to us. Number of elements also given to us. Number of elements also given to us. Now, first step, what you have to do? You have to create a span array, right? Span array. So span array, let me take its size n. Okay. See, again, this is not in proper Python, friends. I'm just writing in some pseudocode. You please later write it down in the Python. Okay. First step, span array will be created. So span array will be span array with size n. Okay. Good. Span array you have created. Now you have to take stack also. Okay. I will take stack also. Now here, can I directly write span of 0 is equal to 1 without writing anything? Can you help me? Like without doing anything, can I blindly write span of 0 is equal to 1? Of course, because first today its span will be 0. Compulsory, it has to be 0. Okay. Maybe I'll go. So let me go here. Okay. So for the first day, so this is the price array. And this is the span array. Remember, both are having equal number of elements. N is equal to 7. N is equal to 7. So first value, you can happily keep its value 1. Now you can start the story from the first element. From the first elements onwards, the actual story will start. See, this is same in the brute force also. Right? Okay. Now let me start the story from the first element onwards. So for I is equal to 1 and I less than n and I plus plus. Okay. Now I need to complete this. Okay. Now? But before that, friends, what I will do is inside a stack, I will take one stack because I need to store the data. Now. So in the stack, what I will do, I will try to put the indices in the stack. Let me push indices. Indices of completed elements. So first one I told, yes, it is done. So what I will do, I will put its value here. Whenever if any day is processing is completed, whenever any day processing is completed, I will put that index into 0 fetch. So that, okay, I will remember, okay, this day is completed. So here what I will do, last step. So st dot push is equal to, I will write 0, which means, okay, first day is completed. That is what its meaning. So its meaning is first day completed. So far, the story is clear, everyone. We haven't done anything, simple things only. Simple. Actually, I'm going very step by step, friends. Please pay attention. So far, basic things we have done. Now the actual story will start. Okay. Now pay attention. Generally, now when I is at 80, so when I is at 80, so 80 will be compared with the previous day, right? But now here I don't have J. I don't have J to compare. If you are using J, then that is a brute force. But you are not having a loop here, no help of loop. But how will I get this day? Tell me. How will I get that day? By using what I will get that day? Can I take the topmost element, right? Can I take the topmost element? Can I take ST of length of the stack minus 1? Can I get this? But this gives index only. But I want to get a element means price of this versus, let me compare, price of I. Now is it correct? Help me. Is it correct? Yes. So this gives the topmost element of a stack. This give topmost element of stack. Remember, in the stack we are putting the indices. Na? If I want to get that value, then compulsory price of you have to write. Okay. Now. Okay. Let's go inside, friends. Now I should check price of this element versus this element. Okay. Now if you see carefully, now let me compare the price of the topmost element. This is 100 versus, let me compare 80. Now you check this 100 is big, right? Compared to 80. 100 is big compared to 80. Then in such case, what we will do is, so there are two cases are possible. Either 100, assume all elements are distinct, first of all. Now, either whatever the value that you take, this might be bigger than 80 or this might be smaller than 80. In which case it is useful, top of the element. Assume in greater case it is useful. If that value less than 80 is useful for me. Useful means what I want. Value should be smaller than the current day. Less than 80, then it is useful for me. Greater than 80, what I will do? I will not do anything, right? I will get the data. If that is small, that is useful. If useful, I will delete from the stack. Okay. So this is, you need to think this in a reverse way, friends. If that is useful, I will delete from the stack. If it is not useful, I will put in the stack. Okay. So what I mean to say is, if it is useful, I'll delete from the stack. Why I am delete? You will be thinking that, sir, if it is useful है तो हम stack में रखना चाहिए ना, अब क्यों delete कर रहा है? That is the doubt you might be getting. If it is really useful, I will delete from stack. Okay. If it is useless, I will keep in the stack. Okay. Now can you help me? Is it useful or not useful? Useful means 1. You please type 1. Useless means you type 2. Okay. Topmost element 100. 1 or 2? 1 means useless. 2 means useful. Okay. 1 means useful. 2 means useless. Useless, right? Useless. Don't get confused. 2 means useless. Okay. If it is useless, then what I will do? I will put that element in the stack. I will not delete. Okay. I will put that element in the stack. So which means here I am going to write something, friends. That something is, so here please see, while you see this carefully, price of length of ST, okay, price of ST of length of ST, okay, minus 1. This element is bigger, okay, no, is small compared to, listen carefully, compared to price of I. In this case, can you help me? Useful or useless? This condition, if this condition true means useful or useless? Useful, right? Hey, think carefully. topmost element, whatever the topmost element, that is small than the current element. Current element is price of I. Topmost element means this one. This is small than current element, which means this is useful. What I said, if this is useful means delete from the stack. What I told, delete from the stack, which means st.pop. st.pop. Okay. But okay. st.pop. Right. Okay. Now, first element, let me check. See, I think currently it might be clumsy, but believe me, once if I complete this example, you love it. After completion of this class, you will much more love it. Because as I told, 4 problems you are going to solve just using this concept. 4 more questions you are going to solve. Right? Okay. Please stay with me. After this, I'll give you a break also. Please. Okay. Okay, somebody raised the hand. Please don't ask anything now. Let me complete my explanation. Otherwise, flow will be broken. Okay. First, let me complete my explanation. Now here we have seen this is useful. If it is useful, okay, I told you to delete from the stack. That is why I am deleting this from the stack. Now for the first element, if you compare, top of the element is 100, but price of I is 80. So this while loop will be failing, right? Because this is 100 is bigger than 80, which is useless. If it is useless, I told you to put it in the stack. Then this while loop will become false. Whenever if this while loop will become false, here what I am writing is span of I is equal to I minus length of st. Okay. Which means topmost element I want. So which means this one. Topmost element, this part. Wait. I think here it is the one more bracket should be there, I guess. Now it is correct. It's nothing but a peak element. Okay. So I minus. This is what I will ask you to put in the span of I. Okay, currently where is your I? Currently your I is at index number 1. Okay, and span of 1. I am asking you to put span of 1 is equal to I minus. See, basically this is also index. And in fact, in the stack also, we are storing index only. So you can do index minus index, no problem. Index difference allowed. 1 minus top of the stack, which will be 1. Okay. Then before you incrementing this I now, so you please push this value into the stack so that, yes, that is completed, which will be remembered. Okay, now, after this, what I will do, st.push I, index I will push it. Okay, so same expression, let me continue further. Same expression, okay, let me continue further, friends. Okay, so if you didn't understood, just stay with me, you will get it. st.push p of, no, not p of I, we are pushing indices, friends. Remember, in the stack, we are pushing the indices, I values, not price of I. Okay, na? Now, your I is at here, and this much hangama happened. When you are going into the next hangama, okay, current hangama date is there now, that we are putting into the stack, so that, okay, I will get to know that this day is completed. Otherwise, how will I know that this is completed? One more question is, sir, why should I know that the day is completed or not? What is the purpose to know? Just wait, you will get it. Just wait, you will get it. Okay. Now currently I is at here. Okay, now again apply the same story. That is you compare topmost of this value. Okay, so generally 80 and 60 will be compared, right? So 80 and 60 will be compared, right? Okay, now check this again. Topmost element value 80 with respect to 60. While loop true na false? Tell me. While loop true na false? False na? Okay, whenever if this while loop is false, see, when this while loop will false, simple, price of I, its left side value is bigger, this will false. Okay, now, so span of I is equal to I, whatever that I value, minus top of the stack value. 2 minus 1, which will be 1. Then before I increment this I here, okay, before I incrementing, what I will do, I will push its previous index here so that I will know, yes, day 2 is also completed. Now, your I is at here. Now check the beauty here. Now check the beauty. Okay, what is the topmost element? That is 2. Now, price of this one, you please compare. When you compare these two, now tell me, while loop condition true or false? This time it is true, right? Okay, when this is true, what you are going to do, you are popping an element from a stack. So which means when you pop, this element will be no more. Okay. Next time this while loop will run, it will immediately check this condition. This element, does this checking happen or immediately after completion of one time, it will come to next statement? It will check. As long as this condition is true, okay, keep on elements will be popping, friends. Okay, na? What is the next element will be checked? 1. Now, price of 180. Now tell me, 80 is smaller, bigger compared to 70? Bigger. So this while loop will become false. When this while loop become false, span of I is equal to I minus top of the stack. 3 minus 1, which is 2. 3 minus 1, which is 2. Okay. Now, before I incrementing this I, what I told you, please push this index here so that I will remember that, okay, this is also completed. Now, next now I value will be present at 4. Now, again, same thing. Top of the element is 3. 70 will be compared with 60. 70 is bigger. So this while loop will become false. So 4 minus 3, 1 will be kept here. Okay, before I incrementing this I value, what I told you, push this index here so that I will get to know, yes, this day is completed. Okay, very good. Now currently I is at here. Now the beauty will start. Okay, na? Just 5 minutes, not more than that, 5 minutes, everything will get completed. Please pay attention here. Now 60 and 75 will be compared. Why 60? Because top of the stack 4, na? 60. Now you compared with 75. Now while loop true na false? True, right? Because this value will be small. So what will happen? Element will be popped off. Okay. Next element also again you check, which is array of 3, price of 3. Again, this is also small. So compared to this, so this element also will be get popped off. This while condition will run as long as this condition true. Next 180 will be compared 75. True or false? False. So while loop will become fail. Then span of I is equal to I minus top of the stack. So 5 minus top of the stack, which will be 4. Now you see, friends. Now you see. Before I incrementing this I will put its value into the stack. Into the stack. Now see. In the brute force approach, what will happening? J will be here. So 75, 85 compared, 60, 85 compared, 70, 85 compared, 60 also compared, 80 also compared, because unnecessary comparisons in the brute force. Now in the stack, what is happening? See, it is saying you compare this value with 5. Okay, I compared 75 and 85. While loop will be true. So this element will be deleted from the stack. Okay. After that, what element the stack is telling you to compare? It is skipping this one, skipping. It is telling you to compare with 80. Why it is telling? Because when I is at 5, it already found out that there are 3 values that are smaller than. That is already found out and stored in a stack. Stored in a stack means it is deleted. Useful information we are deleting from the stack, so that I will get to know exactly with what and what I should compare. That is why useful I am deleting from the stack. Now, when 75 and 85 is being compared, this 85, what this 75 is saying? Hey, 75, I am smaller than you. Very good. 85 is saying very good. Now, what else it is saying? Okay, I know you are smaller than me. Very good. What else you want to say to me? You please tell. That is what 85 is asking. Then what 75 is saying? I am smaller than you and 3 values that are smaller than me. Now 85 will ask, how do you know? Because now 75 tell that I already computed when you are at me, which means when I is at me, I already computed and I have stored in a stack. Okay, that is how 75 is replying to 85. I am smaller than you, 3 values smaller than me. Now you directly go to a element which is bigger than me. Bigger than 75 is 80. So that is why now the comparison is actually happening with the element which is greater than 75. Okay, why comparison is not happening with the element which is less than 75? Why it is going greater than 75? Because element which is greater than 75, it cannot have a control. But if it is less than 75, it have a control over it. Because ultimately, every time we are taking care of all the elements that are less than that element, right? So that is why 80 is being compared with 85. Now 80 also small. So this also will be popped off. Okay. Next time 0 will be compared. Now this time 100 is bigger. So therefore comparison will not happen. Loop will fail. Then 6 minus 0. 6 will be placed here. Finally, we got the solution. Understood everyone? Hope you got the essence of using stack here. Please do let me know. You got it, huh? Okay. Awesome, huh? Very good. Very good. Now let me take a small break, friends. Let us take a break. So when we will meet, when we will meet, currently time is 8:26. When we will meet, 8. Tell me sometime. 9. No, yeah. Okay, so let's meet at 8:30. 8:30 we'll meet. Okay, maybe 8:32. Let's meet at 8:32. I'll take some water and I'll come. Okay. For meanwhile, I'll pass the. Okay. Now, so this is the code. I hope you understood this idea. Now let me take this code to the next slide. Okay, and I'll take this example. All elements are in the increasing order. Right? Okay. So generally, what is span for this? Normally, if I is at here, now if you closely observe this code, there is one fundamental problem with this code. Can anyone guess and tell me? One small problem is there with this code. Any guesses? Observe the code carefully. Don't worry about the syntax errors. Sir, ये Python में ये काम नहीं करेगा. So don't worry about in Python. But from the data structure point of view, from the stack data structure point of view, there is one error. Yes, Kunal, very good, very good, very good, Kasif, nice. Others also try to guess. From the stack data structure point of view, there is one error here. What is that error? Read the code carefully from the beginning to ending. Think from the data structure point of view. What is the error? Very good. Underflow error. Okay. Underflow error present, friends. Why? Here, you are keep on popping that elements. Okay. You keep on pop. But what if stack is empty? What if stack is empty? Who will check that? You are deleting. That is okay. No problem. But you also have to check, right? What if happens stack is empty? So therefore, okay. So here you need to write before this condition. Now, please make sure that length of ST should be greater than 0. Length of stack should be, okay, just a minute, greater than 0. And this condition. Okay. Now does it looks good? Tell me. Now does it looks good? So you are happily checking stack is empty or not. If it is not empty, then you are going and popping that elements. Okay. All things are good so far. Now let me take this question, friends. Same this input I will take. I will do one more time dry run. That is on the same input. See carefully what is happening. Okay. So I is at here, right? Now, what is, okay, you are pushing this in, you are keeping span is equal to 1. You are keeping span is equal to 1 and you are pushing its index here. Now I will be incremented. Okay, na? Now top of the stack is 0. So this is the top of the stack element. This value will be compared. Okay. What will happen while condition? True or false or while loop? While loop true or false? True, right? Because this value will be small. Then what will happen? This element will be deleted. Element will be deleted. Next time when you check for comparison, this time this will be false, right? Because length of the stack will be not greater than 0. In fact, it is equal to 0. Therefore, if this become false, then this will fail. Okay. Now also there is a problem here. What is the problem? I minus st of length of st minus 1. Length of st minus will be 0. 0 minus 1 will be minus 1. What is present here? Nothing. Topmost element difference you are taking. The moment when you deleted all the elements, you are taking these elements. So what is the problem here? If stack is not empty, then this is correct. This condition is true. That is, if length of st is greater than 0, then this is true, friends. This is true. But what if stack empty? Else span of I is equal to what we should keep? Span of I is equal to what we should keep. Now, what we should keep, you people only will tell. Just be with me. In next 2-3 seconds, you will tell. Okay. Normally, what answer should supposed to come here when I is at 1? Normally, 2 has to come. But I don't know how to keep, but I know this 2 has to come when I is at 1. Now, before I incrementing this I, okay, what I will do, I will push this to the stack. Okay. Currently, your I is at 2. So normally you have to get here answer as 3 because total 2 days plus 1. Okay. Let me compare 20 with 30 small. So you delete it. Right. Stack is empty. So what I should keep, I don't know. But I know if I is 2, I have to get 3. Similarly, when I is 3, I have to get 4. When I is at 4, I have to get 5. So can you see some pattern here? Yes. What is that pattern? I plus 1. So that pattern will be I plus 1, friends. That's it. So now this completes the entire code. Hope this is clear now. Yeah. Anyone have any doubts? Now you can ask. Now I'm done with the explanation. Now any doubts you can ask now. Okay, so time complexity of this question is order of n. Earlier we have seen order of n square solution. This will be order of n. So that you take as a homework and you do the analysis. You take as a homework and you try to do the analysis. It will be order of n only. How you please work out, and maybe in the next class I will explain. Okay. Now with this, I'm done with this problem. So 4 more problems I have told. I have told 4 more problems, right? So, okay, maybe I'm thinking to discuss those 4 questions in the next class because I think, I don't know, it will take one more half an hour to 45 minutes. Actually, I had a meeting at 9 o'clock. Okay. So can I discuss it in the next class? Those 4 more problems, tell me. If I explain also, it will be, it won't get into your brain. So many things we have discussed so far. Just to solve this question. But in Voj, I will be giving those questions. Those questions are smaller neighbor element, smaller left greater element. Those combinations will be there. But in the next class, I will explain. Okay. So before coming to the next class, please solve this question in the Python language and come. Okay. Next class, I will take remaining. Okay. Name those 4 problems. Smaller element on the left, smaller element on the right, greater element on the left, greater element on the right. Like that 4 questions are there. But don't worry right now. I will discuss it in the next class. Okay. Yeah. So any doubts anyone have so far? If yes, maybe I can stay for some time and I will clear. Otherwise, we can close the class. Okay. But before that, I think Albin had to say something. Any doubts? Anyone having, first of all? Just raise the hand if you have doubts. No, I had in that while loop, now clear. Okay, good. Okay, so let me, I think now I'll give control to Albin. Yeah, Albin, are you there?
Yes, Anand.
Okay, yeah, you can continue. I'll be dropping now.
Okay, thank you. Okay,
Thank
can you make me the co-host,
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I made you as a host.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, hey everyone, how are you guys? कैसा चल रहा है सब कुछ? How is everything going? How is DSA in life? What about life, DSA, everything? All good? बढ़िया. And how are the assignments going? Are you guys able to solve the assignment? Tough. Yeah, DSA is tough. DSA is not easy. Straightforward, I would tell you. But DSA will help you a lot in your coding career. I'm sure. Yes, समझ में आ रहा है, but assignments little bit tough. Okay. For that, you'll have to practice more and more. That is the only way. First, like I'll give you approach. First, before coming to class, now try the questions, then come to the class. Like there is an approach to solve a question. Do you guys know it? Like there is an approach to solve the question. Do you guys know it? Like how I solve the question. So first, what I do is like whenever I get a question or whenever I'm, ठीक है, I'll talk in with perspective of contest. So in a contest, first I'll see go through first 5 to 10 minutes. I'll go through every question. I'll understand which is the easiest question that I can do. Then वो सबसे मैं पहला करूंगा. Then I'll sort it according to from the easiest to the hardest. Then I start doing. Then I read the question completely and I break it down into smaller parts. So that's how like a good developer works also. Like if there is a problem statement, a coding problem statement, he breaks them down into smaller chunks. Like पहले क्या करना है, second step में क्या करना है, third step में क्या करना है. Then try to understand what is the input and what is the expected output. हम ये आउटपुट तक कैसे पहुंच सकते हैं वो फिगर आउट करना है. फिर उसको पेन एंड पेपर लो, फिगर आउट करो क्या डेटा स्ट्रक्चर तुम यूज कर सकते हो, उसको ऑप्टिमाइज में कैसे करोगे. दैट इज यूजिंग पेन एंड पेपर. विदाउट पेन एंड पेपर कुछ नहीं होगा. फिर इसका एक सूडो कोड लिखो पेपर पे, सूडो कोड लिखो और एक रफ ड्राई रन करके देखो कि हो रहा है कि नहीं सोल्यूशन. इफ यस, गो एंड कोड इट. देन एल्स फिगर आउट किधर तुमने गलती किया है, डीबग करो कोड को. दैट इज हाउ you have to solve the question. Okay. So without wasting time, let me share my screen. There are few announcements. I want all of you guys to stay back for 5 to 10. I'll take you 5 or 10 minutes of you. There are few small announcements. 3 चीजें मेरे को करने हैं. उसके बाद like you guys can leave. Okay. Okay. So first thing is my screen visible, folks? Is my screen visible? Yes. Cool. Okay. So we are introducing this thing called course representative. What does course representative mean? कितनों ने सुना है, like किसको पता है क्या होता है course representatives? Great. सबको पता हो क्लास मॉनिटर कौन होता है, जो चुगली करता है, राइट? क्लास की चुगली करता है. बट यहाँ पे वैसा नहीं है. चुगली नहीं या किसी को मार पिटाना नहीं, ऐसा नहीं. लाइक what we are doing, trying to do is like basically we'll pick up a few students. What you guys will be doing is you will be representing your whole batch. Means ये छोटा मोटा काम नहीं है, लगता है छोटा है लेकिन आप पे थोड़ी रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी रहती है क्योंकि तुम अपने बैच को रिप्रेजेंट कर रहे हो, राइट? यू आर रिप्रेजेंटिंग योर होल यूनिट और होल बैच, राइट? So what basically it is like we will connect with you. We'll try to understand the problems you are facing, like curriculum wise, like तुम problem solve नहीं कर पा रहे हो, क्या क्या कौन सी topics में तुम्हारी issues हो रही है, वो that will try to understand and we'll try to give you more extra support on that thing, right? So any issues that you are facing, so we'll try to help you out with that. So I want like those who are willing to do that, like those who are ready to give some extra time for that, not that much time, it won't consume too much time of you. Like 15 minutes, वो भी वीकली एक बार ऐसा कुछ होगा. 10 to 15 minutes वीकली एक बार. ज्यादा कुछ नहीं करना है, बस तुम्हें बताना है कि तुम कौन सी चीजों में डिफिकल्टी फेस कर रहे हो. डरना मत, कुछ भी हो जाए, फील फ्री टू टॉक. नो वन इज गोना जज यू, नो वन इज गोना like punish you. Feel free to talk. Basically we are here to help you. That is the main thing, that is the main motto this course representative is. Got it? Any doubts in this? Any doubts in this? Okay. तो कोर्स रिप्रेजेंटेटिव बनने का 2 क्राइटेरिया. एक तो है आई रोल आउट अ फॉर्म, यू कैन ऑप्ट इन बाय योरसेल्फ इफ यू आर इंटरेस्टेड, इफ यू आर विलिंग टू like really want to become a course representative, you can opt in by yourself. Then the second thing is we'll pick few students based on the performance also, like how you have been performing in the previous units, your assignment submissions, your quiz submissions, your attendance, everything, evaluation scores के हिसाब से हम थोड़े students को भी pick करेंगे. It will be a mix of students who opted in and based some students based on their performance also. Okay. Okay. एंड पैरामीटर ज्यादा कुछ नहीं है, अटेंडेंस अच्छा होना चाहिए, इवैल्यूएशन स्कोर, ये सब बेस्ड ऑन आई पिक फ्यू स्टूडेंट्स. इट विल बी अ मिक्स ऑफ स्टूडेंट्स, ऐसा नहीं कि सिर्फ टॉपर्स ही हो गए, लाइक बेस्ट स्टूडेंट्स हो गए. आई पिक इन फ्रॉम ऑल, ताकि मुझे सबका पता चलना चाहिए यार, जो स्ट्रगल कर रहा है उसका भी क्या इशू है पता चलना चाहिए, जिसका अच्छा जा रहा है उसके साथ भी कोई इशू हो रहा है तो वो भी मुझे पता चलना चाहिए. तो इसलिए मैं फॉर्म ऑफ कर रहा हूँ, फॉर्म भी भेज रहा हूँ. ओके. तो नेक्स्ट थिंग इज बेसिकली क्या होगा कि वीकली एक 15 मिनट या 30 मिनट मैक्सिमम, ग्रुप होगा तो 30 मिनट्स का सेशन होगा, वन ऑन वन होगा तो 15 मिनट. फील फ्री टू खुल के बात करो, like whatever issues you are facing, it's there to help you. So I would suggest if you have something in your mind that needs improvement or changes regarding to assignments, evaluations, anything, time contest, you feel that you're not able to understand something, feel free to, with any topic that you're struggling with. See, that's why we are introducing this to you. Okay. So it will be session ज़्यादा लंबा नहीं रहेगा, 15 मिनट का टॉक होगा. Either me, Venu, someone would be there to talk to you. We'll try to understand and figure out the issues you are facing. So your suggestions will be important. So we value your feedback, right? We value your feedback. The things you like want, things you don't want. We value your feedback. That's why we are introducing this, so that we can directly hear from you. एक फॉर्म रोल आउट कर दूंगा तो फिर भी फायदा नहीं फीडबैक के लिए, अगर जब तक बात नहीं करे खुल के कुछ नहीं होने वाला, राइट? ताकि इसलिए पता चले तुम्हारे क्या क्या इश्यूज फेस हो रहे हैं, क्या क्या कौन से टॉपिक्स में तुम्हारे इश्यूज फेस हो रहे हैं, इसलिए कोर्स रिप्रेजेंटेटिव going to only social or individualize regarding problems. See, you can reach out to me. I'm on Slack anytime. Ping me on Slack. We can connect whatever issues, any doubts, I'll clear it out. Okay. So please, I want you guys to opt in as much as you can. Like I'll roll out the form right now in the chat. Don't leave the session. The quiz has to be also released. I'll release the quiz also. So this is the post representatives wala form. Please fill it out. I'll pick you. I'll talk to you. Or else if you're shy, don't ऐसा so shy भाई हो मत सोचो, मेरे वन ऑन वन वी कैन टॉक. अगर तुम कोई इशू हो रहा है, तुम्हें कुछ डिफिकल्टी रहे, डोंट वरी, मैं ऊपर तक बात पहुंचा दूंगा, मैं चेंजेस करा दूंगा, ऐसा कोई इश्यूज नहीं है. सो यू कैन feel free to opt in. See, Ayan, if you want to reach out to me better, you can be a course representative. Like that is the best thing. Like if because every weekly we'll be connecting once. So that's why I want you guys to opt in. See, this is the best for you because we are introducing sir. Okay, if you don't want to be ping me on Slack, we can talk also. No issues on that. Okay. I want maximum of you guys to opt in. Why is that? See, uh, see, this will help you only. Anyways, if this sprint something was not done correctly, we could help in the next sprint. Next sprint पे हम changes करेंगे, next sprint पे वो improvements कर सकते हैं. इसलिए ताकि तुम्हारे बैच को benefit हो, तुम्हारा like everyone gets the benefit. Like there are a lot of points. So I want you guys to opt in. Just nothing. Your name, contact number, student code, and one point I want, like why you want to become a course representative. थोड़ा motivation भी तो होना चाहिए. Okay. The someone has because of your managing power. Okay, great. See, इसका क्या होगा कि like if you start to connect, you will be able to learn a lot of things. Your team working skills, like everything, your communication skills, everything will improve. That is the thing. So I want you guys, as much of you guys, opt in. There is nothing like तुम्हारा टाइम भी उतना नहीं बर्बाद होने वाला. 10-15 मिनट वीकली इज नॉट एन इशू, राइट? फॉर एवरीवन. There are 39, 40 students here. I want every one of you, like most of you, if you are opting in, please opt in. It will improve you a lot. Basically, you can see, talk to one-on-one one with the instructor will help you a lot because you can clear your doubts, not technical doubts, I would say. कि फ्यूचर में क्या होगा, ऐसा सब बात कर सकते हैं, नो इश्यूज ऑन दैट. Okay. And one more thing, from for tomorrow also there will be a concept explainer assignment. Previous sprint only 28 or 29 students submitted. but those who submitted who did really well. So I would say that concept explainer और normal assignments के avoid मत करो, because concept explainer का intent ये है कि you face the camera as much, your communication improves, your confidence improves. See, I take interviews. So when in an interview, if a student is coming in like is like mixed match है, वो confused है, ये बीच में कुछ sentence बोल रहा है, फिर कुछ sentence बोल रहा है, वो बहुत confused है. बट एक स्टूडेंट आता है, एक डेवलपर आता है, एकदम प्रॉपर वे में अच्छे से एक्सप्लेन करके आता है, मैं किसको सेलेक्ट करूंगा? See, if you know the skill, if you have got the skill, but if you are not able to convey it very well to the interviewer, will you pass the interview? No, right? So that is the point also. So you have to practice, start practicing now. तो अभी क्या कर रहे हैं, हर हफ्ते एक एक कंसेप्ट दे रहे हैं, तुम उस पर रिकॉर्ड करोगे, प्रैक्टिस करोगे, ताकि जब तुम्हें रियल इंटरव्यू आए तुम अच्छा परफॉर्म कर पाओ. That is where interviews are also happening. Like, so concept explainer is a stepping stone. Like, तुम और confident बनोगे, तुम like after 4 or 5 sprints you will notice the difference. Like, you are more confident to face the camera. When I joined Masai, like the first time I was an instructor, I was also not confident to face the camera and talk to you like this, right? So after facing it, talking to so many students, that's how like I became confident, and like मेरी communication भी बढ़ी. Concept explainer mean you're also reading and how to explain this topic. I have released a doc also, right? Like, no, like एक PPT attached है उसमें. Avinash, 1 second, I'll talk to you. Okay. There is one PPT also attached. Like, what is the format that you need to follow? See, interviewers में आते students को topic पता होता है, लेकिन वो explain नहीं कर पाते. How can I give grade them? How can I give this score? If they are not able to concept like explain the concept really well, even though they know the concept. मैं अगर उनको बोलूंगा कि समझो कोई गुजराती है, लाइक कोई साउथ इंडियन है, वो अपने भाषा में समझा देगा, वो अपने भाषा में बता देगा कि स्टैक क्या होता है, लीफो क्या होता है, फर्स्ट इन फर्स्ट आउट में क्या होता है, तो वो समझा देगा. लाइक, लेकिन व्हेन इट कम्स टू इंग्लिश, फेसिंग एन इंटरव्यूअर, बीइंग कॉन्फिडेंट, दैट इज व्हाट कंसेप्ट एक्सप्लेनर डज, मेक्स यू मोर कॉन्फिडेंट एंड लाइक प्रोफिशिएंट इन द लाइक, वही तुम्हारे जो टॉपिक की नॉलेज भी बढ़ती है, कम्युनिकेशन स्किल्स भी बढ़ती है, कॉन्फिडेंट भी होते हैं, इसलिए कंसेप्ट एक्सप्लेनर यूज होता है. सो एज मच एज यू कैन, बहुत, मैं बोलता हूँ कि जितनी अपॉर्चुनिटी मिलते हैं ग्रैब करो, वेस्ट मत करो टाइम. ऑल योर असाइनमेंट्स, डू योर असाइनमेंट्स, कंसेप्ट एक्सप्लेनर हो, जो भी असाइनमेंट्स हो, टाइम वेस्ट मत करो. बहुत लाइक बिग डाइ, लाइक मैं यही नहीं कहूंगा कि तुम ये सिर्फ यही असाइनमेंट्स करो, तुम और भी चीजें ढूंढो, और भी चीजें सीखो, ताकि तुम इंटरव्यूअर में और भी अच्छा परफॉर्म कर पाओ. यस अविनाश.
सर आई एम सेइंग दैट कंसेप्ट एक्सप्लेनर का जो डेडलाइन है सर, उसको कम से कम 48 घंटा तो किया जाए. याद नहीं रहता है सर.
ठीक है, आई ठीक है, आई डू दैट, आई डू दैट, आई एक्सटेंड द डेडलाइन.
सर एक दिन और कम से कम, जिस दिन आया उसके बाद एक दिन
श्योर
और होना
श्योर श्योर.
चाहिए.
ऋतिक, डेली देखो, डेली अच्छा होता है, लेकिन क्या होता है कि डेली बहुत लोड पड़ जाता है. डेली कंसेप्ट एक्सप्लेनर
वर्किंग में
लाइक
सर
तुम्हें
दिक्कत हो
रिकॉर्ड.
जाता है सर, बैलेंस करना
हाँ,
वर्किंग में दिक्कत
या
हो जाता है
ठीक है,
डेली.
आई एक्सटेंड द डेडलाइन, आई एक्सटेंड द डेडलाइन, नो इशू. और हम ये भी कर रहे हैं कि नेक्स्ट वीक से हमने एक प्लेटफॉर्म है हमारा ऑलरेडी, तो उसमें ला रहे कंसेप्ट में, तो उससे क्या होगा कि ना, वो अपने आप एआई यूज करता है, इट
हाँ.
विल जनरेट द ट्रांसक्रिप्ट फ्रॉम योर वीडियो, इट विल इवैल्यूएट, इट विल गिव यू स्कोर्स एंड इट विल गिव यू फीडबैक. लाइक तुम्हें ईमेल्स आएंगे, मेरे ईमेल्स आएंगे, लेकिन वो एआई करने वाला है कि तुमने किधर गलती की, क्या क्या तुम इम्प्रूवमेंट कर सकते हो. ठीक है, कि देखो जो भी हम इंट्रोड्यूस कर रहे हैं ये सब तुम्हारे बेनिफिट के लिए, तो आई वुड से यूटिलाइज इट टू द मैक्स, यूज इट टू द मैक्स. See, that is, then only you will be improving. Like, whenever in an interview, if you are not confident to speak, it's not gonna work out, guys. So you have to be confident to face the camera, talk to the interviewer, explain the concept in a structured way. तुम्हें आता भी होगा, लेकिन तुम अगर उसे स्ट्रक्चर्ड वे में नहीं बताया ना सही में, तो वो इंटरव्यू को सही नहीं लगा. तो इसलिए अभी से इंट्रोड्यूस कर रहे हैं, ताकि जब तक तुम प्लेसमेंट तक पहुंच जाओ, तब तक तुम एकदम परफेक्ट 100% श्योर प्लेस होने वाले कैंडिडेट रहो. ठीक है. असाइनमेंट स्किप मत करना, कंसेप्ट एक्सप्लेनर स्किप मत करना, ये दोनों चीजें बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है. ओके, आई विल रिलीज दी क्विज ऑल्सो फॉर टुडे. जस्ट अ सेकेंड गाइस. ओके, जितना तुम फीडबैक दे सकते हो, ज्यादा फोकस कैसे करे? So if you feel stressed, tired, थोड़ा 5-10 मिनट ब्रेक लो, जरा बाहर टहल के आओ, फिर वापस से फोकस करो। पोमोडोरो टेक्निक पता है किसी को? पोमोडोरो किसी ने यूज किया है? पोमोडोरो, लाइक किसी ने सुना है पोमोडोरो क्या होता है? हाँ, लाइक 25 मिनट्स का कॉन्सेंट्रेटेड वर्क, फिर 5 मिनट शॉर्ट ब्रेक। हाँ, वही पोमोडोरो होता है। ट्राई टू यूज इट, ट्राई टू सर्च इट, क्या होता है पोमोडोरो, ट्राई टू इम्प्लीमेंट इट। पता है, लाइक मेरा ऐसे ही होता है कि मैं कंटिन्यूस बैठता हूँ, फिर थोड़ा ब्रेक ले लेता हूँ, फिर वापस से, ऐसा फिक्स टाइम मेरे से नहीं होता। लेकिन मैंने ट्राई की थी पोमोडोर, लेकिन मेरे से नहीं हुआ। ये किसी को अच्छा चलता है, किसी को लग पोमोडोर सही चलता है, या सम ऑफ द पीपल यूज, एंड सम ऑफ सी हर का, लाइक एवरीवन का, लाइक हर आदमी का अलग अलग टेस्ट होता है। तो उसके हिसाब से तुम खुद ही डिफाइन, तुम्हें को पता है कि तुम कितना फोकस कर सकते हो, कितना रेस्ट चाहिए, लेकिन तुम्हें टाइम ऑप्टिमाइज करना है, वेस्ट नहीं करना है कभी टाइम, असाइनमेंट स्किप नहीं करना है। जितना टाइम मिलता है, ट्राई टू डू योर असाइनमेंट्स, ट्राई टू डू द कंसेप्ट एक्सप्लेनर असाइनमेंट, जो भी आईएएस असाइनमेंट रिलीज करते हैं, जितना भी असाइनमेंट सब करते जाओ यार, ताकि एट द एंड ऑफ द डे तुम्हें अभी उसका फर्क नहीं दिखेगा, लेकिन इन द लॉन्गर रन यू विल फील इट। डीएससीबी डायरेक्ट सोल्यूशन पे मत जाओ, पहले खुद सॉल्व करने को देखो, पहले खुद सॉल्व करने की ट्राई करो, खुद फिगर आउट करो। सोचो यार, तुम लोग सोचोगे नहीं तब तक प्रॉब्लम सॉल्विंग नहीं बढ़ेगी। डिमोटिवेट नहीं होना, डिमोटिवेट कभी नहीं हो, डिमोटिवेट होते तो मेरे को स्लैक पे पिंग कर लेना, आई इज लाइक वी कैन टॉक। लाइक डिमोटिवेट नहीं होना, देखो दिस इज लाइक दैट, इट्स मेड दैट इट मेक्स यू फ्रस्ट्रेटेड, तुम फ्रस्ट्रेट होगे डीएसए में, लेकिन ऐसे नहीं होना। इट देखो, तुम ट्राई करोगे, ट्राई करोगे, ट्राई करोगे, वो जब तुम ऐसे ट्राई करके जब तुम्हें सोल्यूशन मिल जाता है ना, तुम्हें बहुत मजा आता है, बहुत खुशी होती है। वैसे ही लेकिन एक इंसान का प्रॉब्लम सॉल्विंग स्किल भी बढ़ता है। Okay, guys, I think a lot of you guys opted in for uh, more than expected. Okay, okay, guys. So that's all for this today's session. I'm ending the session. If you have any doubts, you can reach out to me on Slack. I'll help you out. Technical doubt आईएएस के साथ ही रखना, but I'll also help. Like ऐसा नहीं कि मैं, see, direct solution मिलने से फायदा नहीं होता है। हाँ, direct solution, never you should go that way. देखो मैं एक बात बताता हूँ। अ, मैंने ऐसे स्टूडेंट्स देखे जो सोल्यूशन देख के करते थे, दे यूज्ड टू गेट द सूडो कोड फ्रॉम द क्लास और पीएससी, और सीधा कॉपी पेस्ट लाइक असाइनमेंट में, जस्ट फॉर द सेक ऑफ द सबमिशन। लेकिन उससे क्या होता है ना, तुम लॉन्गर रन में तुम्हारी जो थिंकिंग कैपेबिलिटी और प्रॉब्लम सॉल्विंग स्किल्स नीचे चली जाती है। लेकिन अभी तुम खुद से ट्राई करोगे, खुद से फिगर आउट करने की ट्राई करोगे, तुम अभी कुछ नहीं दिखेगा, लेकिन थोड़े महीनों बाद, थोड़े टाइम बाद तुम्हें लगेगा कि अच्छा, मेरा प्रॉब्लम सॉल्विंग और कैलकुलेशन स्किल्स बढ़ रहा है। ठीक है गाइस, ऑल द बेस्ट। कल कॉन्सेप्ट एक्सप्लेनर भी आने वाला है, आई वांट एवरी वन ऑफ यू गाइस टू अटेम्प्ट इट। एट द एंड ऑफ द डे इट्स फॉर यू, सो आई वांट एवरी वन ऑफ यू गाइस टू लीव। ओके, क्विज, जस्ट अ सेकंड, मैंने रिलीज नहीं की क्विज, आई हैड रिलीज ना, या पीएससी स्टैक आई हैव रिलीज्ड अ क्विज। अटेम्प्ट द क्विज। देखो यहाँ पे जो भी तुम्हारे लिए इम्प्लीमेंट किए गए, सब तुम्हारे बेनिफिट के लिए, तो यूटिलाइज इट, लाइक उसको यूटिलाइज करो अच्छे से। मन देखा कि ओजे पे बच्चे कॉन्टेस्ट अटेंड ही नहीं कर रहे हैं, क्यों? Assignments are there for you guys so that you guys improve. So try to do it. Okay, guys. So that's all for today's session. Fill in the quiz also. Don't forget to fill the quiz as soon as possible. Do the quiz also. क्विज भी तुम सीरियसली लो यार, लाइक ऐसा नहीं कि तुम जल्दी जल्दी में कुछ फिल कर दिए। रीड करो, अंडरस्टैंड करो, फिर सॉल्व करने की ट्राई करो। Okay, should I wait? I'll wait 1 or 2 more minutes so that everyone fills the quiz. No, no, I have released a form for the quiz. See, there are two links that have been released today. One is the course representative. I'll share it again. We'll share it again. One is course representative wala opt-in form, and the second one is today's day DLC quiz, like daily जो quiz होता है ना लेक्चर सेशन के बाद, Okay. उसका भी. I'll share it once more in the chat so that no one misses it. Okay, I've shared it once more. अरे, yeah, cool.